Hello students, in present video I am going to explain about 7th problem from journal lesson. I am taking this question from Telangana State Telugu Academy Inter First Year Accountancy Textbook. But this video is useful to all commerce students who want to know about journal topic. First 6 problem video links are available in the description box and in iCards. I request you to watch those videos first. Then only you can understand this video. Let us start the problem. First transaction is on 1st March 2019. Transaction is Mr. Anthony commenced business with cash 13,000 and stock 7,000. Commenced means started. Who starts a business? Owner. So owner name is Anthony. Now for this business transaction, we should write journal entry in journal book. While writing journal entries, there are some steps. First step is in every business transaction, minimum 2 accounts will be there. We should identify those accounts. Second step is grouping. Third step is applying the double entry principles. And before writing journal entries, remember one important point. That is, while writing journal entries, always we should analyze every transaction from firm's point of view. Your assumption is you are an accountant of the firm. So analyze the transaction from firm's point of view. Anthony started business by bringing cash and stock. Stock means goods. Goods means the articles with which we do business. The articles which we are going to sell to the customers. For example, Anthony is running a stationery shop. To start this shop, he brings cash. Not only that, assume that in his house there are 10 notebooks, unused new notebooks. When he is starting this stationery shop, not only money, even those 10 notebooks also he brought into the business. Here he is bringing capital in the form of cash and stock. First step is identification of accounts now. Cash is coming, stock is coming. Therefore, cash account and stock account. These two are the accounts. Next account is owner's name account. As Anthony is bringing these two assets, Anthony account is the third account. In this transaction, we have 3 accounts. Second step, grouping. Means this cash account is a personal account or real account or nominal account. That we should identify. Account is classified into 3 types: personal account, real account and nominal account. If any account is opened with a person name or firm name, it is a personal account. If any account is opened with one asset name, it is a real account. If account is opened with the expenditure name, loss name, income name or gain name, it is a nominal account. Cash is an asset, therefore it is a real account. Stock is also an asset, so stock account is also a real account. And Anthony account, with the person name we opened this account now, it is a personal account. The last step is apply the double entry principles. For real account, rule is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash, stock, both are real accounts and both are coming into the firm. Therefore, debit these 2 accounts. Next, Anthony account is a personal account now. Personal account rule: debit the receiver, credit the giver. Anthony is giving cash and stock. He is a giver. Therefore, credit Anthony's account. And in accounts, we should not write owner's name. When owner's name come in credit, instead of writing that owner's name, we should write capital word. And remember one more point. Stock account we open now. Stock means goods now. Sometimes he uses this word also. Anthony brought cash and goods. Recollect previous problems? Whenever goods word comes, we used to change that word. Instead of goods, we used to write purchases account, sales account, purchase returns account, sales returns account. But in this transaction, we should not change this word because this is not a purchase transaction, it is not a sales transaction and a return transaction. Therefore, final entry is cash account debtor, stock account debtor to capital account. This is called compound entry. If any entry contains more than two accounts, it is known as compound entry. How to write the amounts? We have two debits and one credit. Therefore, first debit column you have to fill. In debit column, 13,000 cash is coming. For cash account, write down that amount. And 7,000 stock is coming. For stock account, write down 7,000. And as per dual aspect concept, for every debit, equivalent credit should be there. Debit total is 20,000. Therefore, in credit column also, for capital, you have to write 20,000 rupees. Narration is being business is started with cash and stock. Second debt transaction is bought plant 5,000 rupees. They purchased one fixed asset. Purchase transaction is given. We should observe 2 points. What they purchased, how they purchased. They purchased a fixed asset. And seller's name is not given in the question. Means they purchased it for cash. Seller's name is not given. I am taking one imaginary name, X. From X, firm purchased plant. Plant is coming into the firm. And this is cash purchase? No. Immediately firm paid cash to X. Two accounts are plant account and cash account. Both are assets. Both come under real accounts. Real account rule, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Plant is coming, debit that account, cash is going, credit cash account. Then final entry is plant account debtor to cash account. Narration is being plant is purchased for cash. Instead of plant, don't write purchases. That rule is applicable only for goods. If fixed asset is coming in the entry, then you need not to change the word. Third debt transaction is paid for postage 500 rupees. This is expenditure related transaction. Firm paid cash towards postage. To whom firm paid that amount? Person name is not given. Take one imaginary name X. Now two accounts are postage account and cash account. So remember, in case of expenditure, expenditure name becomes one account, and as cash is going from the firm, cash account is another account. Means X account we should not take here. Even though he gives person name in the question, we should not consider that person name. For example, transaction is like this. Paid for postage to Raju 500 rupees. To whom we paid that amount? To Raju. Even though that name is given, don't take it as an account here. In case of expenditure and in case of income, to whom we are paying that expenditure or from whom we are receiving that income, these person names are immaterial to us. We need only expenditure name or income name. Postage account is a nominal account because to the firm, postage is an expenditure. Cash account is a real account because cash is an asset. Then apply the double entry principles. For nominal account principle is debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Postage is expenditure to the firm, debit it. Real account rule, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash is going from the firm, credit cash account. Then final entry is postage account data to cash account. Narration being postage is paid. So in case of expenditure name should be debited and the cash account should be credited. On fifth date also he has given expenditure related transaction. Paid for sundry expenses 500 rupees. Sundry expenditure. Sundry means various. Sundry expenditure means what? The expenses which are spent by the firm can be divided into two types. Some expenses involve huge amounts. For example, salaries, rent, electricity bill, transportation cost, etc. But some expenses are negligible in amounts. For this negligible expenditure, rare expenditure, maintaining a separate account throughout the year is not necessary. So accountant prefers to record all these small expenses, rare expenses in a separate account known as sundry expenses account. Various small amounts are recorded in this account. In case of expenditure, what is the entry? Expenditure name should be debited and the cash account should be credited. Then final entry is sundry expenses account data to cash account. Narration being sundry expenditure is paid. Similarly, on 7th date also he is giving expenditure related transaction. Paid salaries 5,000 rupees. Firm paid salaries to employees. To the firm, salary is also an expenditure. Then what is the entry? Expenditure name should be debited. No. Salaries account data to cash account. Narration is being salary is paid. 6th day transaction is paid into bank 10,000 rupees. By seeing paid word, don't think that this is expenditure related transaction. There is no expenditure name, salary, interest, postage. We are maintaining a current account in one bank. We deposited money in our bank account. Here paid means what? Deposited. Two accounts are bank account and cash account. Bank account is a personal account because when we are working in any organization, instead of opening bank account, we open the account with a particular bank name. SBI account, ICICI account. So with any firm's name, if you open an account, it comes under personal account. Therefore, bank account is a personal account. Second one, cash account. It is one asset, so real account. Apply the rules. Personal account rule. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. We are depositing cash into bank. Bank is a receiver. Debit bank account. Real account rule. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash is going from the firm. Credit cash account. Then the final entry is bank account data to cash account. Narration is being cash is deposited into bank. Last transaction of this problem is on 9th date. Cash withdrawn from bank for office use. Sometimes he may give the transaction till here. Cash withdrawn from bank 1200. Even though office use is not mentioned, it gives the same meaning. From bank, money can be withdrawn for office use or for the personal use of the owner. If owner is withdrawing money from bank for his personal use, it will be clearly given in the question. cash withdrawn from bank for personal use, cash withdrawn from bank for domestic use. Then in another manner you should analyze the transaction. But here cash is withdrawn from bank for office use, means for business purpose we withdraw money from bank. Cash is coming into the firm. Two accounts are cash account and bank account. Cash account is a real account because cash is an asset. Bank account, when you work in any organization, instead of writing bank word, we write one bank name, no? SBI account. With one firm name, if you open any account, it is a personal account. Therefore, bank account is a personal account. Apply the rules. Real account rule. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Cash is coming, debit cash account. Personal account rule. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Banker is giving money to us. Banker is a giver. Credit bank account. Then final entry is cash account data to bank account. Narration being cash is withdrawn from bank for office use. So this is all about seventh problem. Hope this video is helpful to you. Thank you.